And we are ready to go. So sorry about that. I think people were cursing my name at one point.
Well, it was your fault.
It actually.
I watched you. I watched you throw the monitor on the floor.
You're terrible.
In disgust.
All right,
it
so
was not pretty.
Let's go ahead and jump into the game here. Make sure you guys are voting for your favorite team. You can follow the instructions that are going to be appearing on the screen. And to kick things off, it is going to be Operation Locker here between these two teams. Seems like everyone is ready to go. They're all serious facing. All right, let's see the breakout. So we're going to have two players going toward A. We're going to have a four-man push up through here. Seems like, oh, no, never mind. They're going to go for the break off. Send 2-2. So look for a player to actually find someone actually in the mid any second now. Let's actually jump on board here with Unfixed and see what he's going to be bringing to the table.
Well, Unfixed, he's going to be on that Charlie flag, desperately trying to get control of it. He's going to be able to do so, and Fnatic are going to have a good start off the break, both with Bravo and Charlie control. However, Unfixed is going to get taken out, and that's going to give Epsilon a chance to try and push forward towards the C flag. But, you know, nothing really crazy going on off the start, but the voting, we've been voting all weekend on what you guys at home, who you think is gonna take the games, and you know we've had some crazy results. So one poll was, I believe it was like 95 to 5 at one point, but we are curious to know who you guys want to see take this first semi-final here on Championship. So guys, make sure you are voting in the chat as well. That's
right, guys, and the winner of this will go on to actually compete in the Dream Arena, which will be happening a little bit later. So that's going to be the finals. They're super excited about that one. Because that'll be a first for both of us to cast in the Dream Arena, which is where a lot of great matches are taking place. But now take a look here. Valuetasia is going to find one player. It's going to be Duke. He's able to drop him. There's going to be another Red Dorito right on the other side. Seems like Value's going to move in, and he gets a hip fire. That's going to be a huge kill there as he takes out Horik and opens up the C flag for his team to get this cap. That's going to be huge. What a great play there out of Value.
Fnatic right now on the A and C flag, really trying to dominate, and I believe you guys have been busy voting as well throughout the day before the games even started. So let's have a quick look. Oh my days, Fnatic 67 to 33. Guys, get behind those two teams. Make sure you are voting in the chat. As right now, it is going to be Epsilon with a very small lead. And yeah, we mentioned it pre-broadcast, you know, about these two teams and the rivalry and the history between them. This Fnatic lineup used to actually be in the organization, Epsilon. So I don't want to say bad blood, but a big rivalry between these two guys. Obviously, they're all friends outside of the game, but as soon as you dive into the game, it's a whole different ballpark.
Oh, for sure, Benson. I think that's the, you know, everyone came over here when the equipment era was going on. You know, everyone was like, you know, hey, what's going on? You know, trying to obviously talk and laugh it up and have some fun, but again, when it comes down to it, comes down to brass tacks. Got to get into the game. You got to start playing serious. But all right, so we've been checking out a lot of Fnatic here, but on the other side, Core from Epsilon has actually been having quite the game, 5-0 right now, and he's going to be watching this back A tunnel and also the back A here right by packages. It seems like he is going to continue to navigate this area, hold it down for his team as they're going to hold A and C.
All of Fnatic playing, well, sorry, all of Epsilon rather playing very well. You know, they had that trip cap for some of that time. Now they have control over A and C, and they do have that B flag spawn trap, which is so lethal on this map. And you know, you have to say Fnatic, as we mentioned earlier on, they've been here since 8 AM. You know, they've been practicing all morning long, whereas Epsilon kind of just rolled in 30 minutes ago. Like, yo, how you guys doing today?
No, it's true. And take a look at the score here. I mean, Epsilon, they're winning. You know, they're winning this game despite all of Fnatic's practice. Epsilon, they're coming out on top here, definitely winning their gun battles, which I think is obviously the most important thing, winning those 1v1s. Here is Garro's going to move in, finding a player right by the staircase. He's going to drop back and take this one slow. Too easy. He's actually going to be right in front of him, and Garro's going to be there for the stop. 25 health remaining, but he is playing A expertly here. As let's go ahead, hop on board with David 2K, see if he's going to find one player, and that's going to be Valuetasia for the stop. Back over to Horik.
Oh, Horik right now just taking his time. You can see him just trying to cover that C flag. This is a key position here. It's one of the main power positions on this map. We see players do that pretty much every single map. You need to have someone covering that C flag. It is one of the most important flags on the game, I would say. You know, B not so much because you can have that small trap, but that C flag, realistically, you want to make sure you do keep control of that one flag, and that's why you'll see so many players be so defensive, as Duke's just going to pick up his teammate as a squad mate spawns on him as well. But it is going to be Fnatic with A and B. B is being contested by Epsilon, and Epsilon with a huge lead at this point. Yeah, and you know, actually, Epsilon had 4 down at one point, and yet they were still able to answer back, but they did lose B. You said that they were actually going after B. They were. There is going to be a player down at the bottom there, or there was one for the stop. Let's see, here is, oh, there you have it. That was actually the player that ended up getting the pick there, and
we have an Epsilon guy who actually dropped out. It's going to be Core. And, you know, it kind of just makes me wonder, like, why did they decide to go and...
I have no idea.
And sit there when they had the opportunity to move.
It's definitely PC. It has to be, you know. It's been that one console all of yesterday. That same console was causing some issues. You know, they had an opportunity to move to the other side because we have... I mean, what we have 20,
4 stations here.
Yeah, so like 20 console, so 20 PCs available, and they decided they want to sit in the same place. I have absolutely no idea what they were thinking, but now
he's getting back into the game, so it should be okay.
They need to be able to sort of capitalize on this. They have both B and C control. They are reducing that lead. It's going to be a 40-point lead at this point. B is being taken, as is A. Both those two flags currently being contested. Fnatic are going to continue to hold on to that C flag. Yeah,
and it seems like. No, they are going to get B, so yeah, so you were right. Epsilon is going to go after B here. Fnatic now, they're going to get the flip. May force him to spawn all the way in the back here. So let's see now, as Valutage is going to be my player to watch. He's going to get picked off on this side. Jumping back over to the tabletop. Winghaven's going to be outside as well, nearby C. One player's over in the corner. It's going to be a good connection. So he eliminates one. It's good. David 2K going for the challenge as well. And they are going to lose B. So now let's see if they begin to make moves over toward, or they're going to lose C. So let's see if they make moves toward B here, which it seems like they certainly are going to do. Right now, Unfixed getting a kill assist as well as that squad suppression assist. And B will be theirs for the picking, forcing the other team to be spawning outside by the snow.
Epsilon, even with 4 players, managing to just hold on. They did it yesterday. They actually won a game with a trip cap with 4 people at the very, very end of the day. It was a sensational performance from them, and they're going to need to try and do a similar thing right now until that 4th player can join. Just waiting on call, looking over at his screen. I think he's
joining now.
He is, yeah, he's joining the game right now as we speak, so he'll be back any second. Meanwhile, though, Fnatic, well, they have that A and B flag, but they weren't really able to reduce that lead by all too much.
Yeah, Epsilon was actually able to hold on to it, which is, you know, very admirable by them. You know, this is something that they dealt with quite a bit yesterday, and yet, you know, while they may have done it to themselves this time around because they should not have sat by those PCs.
I do not understand what they were thinking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just one of those things, right, where you're just like, we're comfortable here, so I guess that's the reasoning behind it. Who knows? In any case, though, Valutage is going to find one player moving inside as the B or the A push is going to be happening, and let's see if Value is going to be able to win this one here. He has Winghaven actually coming through the other doorway now. They're going to push through. Finding one's going to be Core. He gets taken out, and they are going to win A.
That's going to be a big win for them. Charlie is currently being contested. Fnatic needs to try and dive on that flag as well. That should give them that 2 cap. And once again, we can try and set up the spawn trap over on that B flag, forcing Epsilon to spawn so far out. But look at that, immediately Epsilon dives straight back on the A flag, and it's going to be up to Valutage to try and make some plays. And he does manage to confirm that flag all again, but he's very weak, tries to run away, is going to get taken out. However, there's only 2 players up for Epsilon at the minute.
Yeah, that's right. Hopping over to Unfixed here, able to take out Duke. Another one trying to challenge around the corner. Health pack thrown down. Let's see if he's going to be able to win this one. And he does. That's going to be huge, as Horik's going to be the last man standing here for Epsilon. Duke on the respawn now, as A and C are going to go with Fnatic, and they're going to continue to hold that down. But look here, you're going to have 2 members actually pushing forward, and one ends up getting picked off by Unfixed. Unfixed now, this is the play that he needs to make here to help his team. He's going to throw down that grenade, and that's going to be a great connection as he manages to get the kill with the frag. And now we're going to see that lead dwindle down as Fnatic continues to chip away at it.
That was a fantastic play there from Unfixed. Threw the nade to the left, knew that the only possible way the Epsilon player could dive to was the right-hand side, and he managed to just lock down that C flag some more. And Unfixed having a great game, 14-6 at this point. Valutage as well, 15-6 at this point. So Fnatic really are playing very well at the start of this game. Epsilon, meanwhile, you know, they're being outplayed just slightly. I mean, but right now it isn't really about the kills. It's just about their overall placement and the map control that they have. They're just not able to control it as well as Fnatic. And that's why now Fnatic finally going into the lead for the first time in this game.
Well, also remember too, Core dropped down. He actually had I think it was on 5 kills or something. He was on quite a run. So before he dropped out, I think the you know, slate column probably would have been a little bit different. But yeah, with A and C here, if we take a look at tabletop, see what we have going on. Look at where they're holding down and navigating. They have a wall basically present where Winghaven and the crew, they're going to be there for the stop right away. Jumped over to Epsilon by mistake, but it seems like we are going to have Too Easy by himself inside of A. Players are going to be pushing in, perhaps. One of those Doritos there. He's going to get a spot. His teammate off the respawn right near him, right over the other wall. Their shots are going to be exchanged, so they know where those shots are going to be coming through. But Too Easy is going to get challenged, and Winghaven and Value are going to be there for the pickup, and a double. Great stop there as Core and Horik are both going to get taken out, and Fnatic have been able to work on this lead. And it's quite a bit, Benson. They are working on almost getting 30 points, 30 tickets between these two teams.
That's going to be big for Fnatic going into that second side. If you are about to feel competitive, of course, in Domination we play both sides. So basically in the first side you're playing to try and get as big a ticket advantage as you possibly can going into the second side. And we've seen Fnatic all throughout this week go into second sides with 100+ ticket advantages. They really are that good. But Epsilon, you know, they are fighting back. And let's have a quick update to see what you guys have been voting for. If you're new to the stream, it's the first time watching this week, this is exactly how you vote. You see the instructions on your screen. Exclamation mark Fnatic will bring up a link. Click the link and just tweet it away. Same with Epsilon. Exclamation mark Epsilon, that will bring up a tweet, and that's how all the Twitter polls are done. Right now, it's going to be 64-36 in favor of Fnatic, so you guys really are getting behind the Fnatic boys, and right now, it's Fnatic in control.
Yeah, that's right. With A and B, they're going to force Epsilon to spawn over by C now, and let's actually go over to Core here, as Core, he's been by himself, you know, or he's been trying to work on something, but he's 1-6, so he's not having the best game. And, you know, something I was talking about with the Fnatic guys earlier before we started was, you know, like the mental factor that this plays on you. And finally, Core able to get a kill on Too Easy, and it was actually Too Easy that I was talking to about it, where, you know, it plays that mental factor where you get that crash and you're just like, my goodness, you know, you're frustrated. And because of that, it could lead you to make some poor decisions. So
it definitely plays on your mind. I mean,
yeah, it affects you.
We saw it yesterday, you know, and not only that, but I was speaking to David last night from Epsilon. He said, you know, when that does happen, it affects the whole team as well. The whole team, you know, they realize there's someone that's crashed out, and then they have to try and stay composed, and they have to try and stay onto a lead, because you do have to change your playstyle quite drastically.
That's very true. Horik, by the way, he's 17-6. He's been having quite the game, Ben, despite it all. And he is going to get taken out there by Too Easy as we jump over to David 2K with the hip fire. David 2K able to find one, getting his teammate on the res now, making their way over to C. Is going to have a teammate there as well. And this is going to be a cap for them. That is going to be Duke right in front. So Duke's going to be there on the forward position. He is going to run across one player, finding two. He's going to find one. That's going to be unfixed, taking him out, throwing down the health pack here. Let's see if he's going to be able to stay alive long enough to support his teammates as they do manage to secure C. There's going to be a guy right behind that pillar. He needs to be careful about this, and he can't do anything about that as Too Easy is going to be there for the stop.
So look at Jera. He's going to get taken down as well. So Epsilon dropping like flies in the last couple minutes of this game. You can see Fnatic have both Alpha and Bravo flags controlled, and that's going to put Epsilon on the bleed. Only 12 tickets left. They are dropping like flies, as I said, just getting taken down left, right, and center. And you know, if I'm Fnatic, I'm feeling pretty confident going into that second half with around about a 50-ticket lead. Yeah,
I mean, this is looking great here for Fnatic. They were down quite a bit. Even though they ended up losing a player, still they had a 30-ticket lead, and it was just some quality play, position play from Fnatic that was able to net them this W, as it is going to be ticking down here, and that is going to wrap things up. A 52-ticket lead going into the half.
That's a big chunk. Not the biggest we've seen, but not the smallest we've seen either. So Epsilon going to feel pretty comfortable with that. Sorry, Fnatic going to feel pretty comfortable with that lead going into that second side. And, you know, Epsilon, as you said, they had the lead, then they were a little bit unfortunate, a turn of events on their luck. But, you know,
I mean, really,
they're a team that can come back from that.
Yeah, but that you have to think about it like this, though, right? They had four players, and yet, despite that, they held those two flags very well, and they were able to maintain a lead. You know, and actually, when Core came back, they had about a 35-ticket lead, right, when they came back, and it was not until you started to see some quality play out of Fnatic pushing C that gave them that opportunity to chip away at that lead there. So either way, I mean, it was still a very, very good game. Despite the dropout from Core, it was still a very good game. And now we're going to be going on to the second side here. 52-ticket advantage, Benson. One has to wonder, you know, how is this going to play out? I mean, is Epsilon going to be, they're going to look at that number and be like, ugh, it's going to be a hard deficit to come back from? These are best of threes, keep in mind.
Yeah, it is still best of three. We don't get to best of five until the grand final later on today. I believe that's around about, is it half past 4? It's around about that time.
Something like that.
Later on today. But, you know, Epsilon are a team that they've come back from crazy deficits that I think we both kind of wrote them out on. So, again, you know, you can't underestimate them. I think they can definitely come back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's Epsilon. I mean, and they've done it They've done it already a couple times now, so I definitely agree with you on that one. Of course, taking a look, I'm trying to see, get my cameras all positioned, you know?
I like it.
You know, I try, man. I try.
It's those little bits of effort which make it count.
That's right. Thank you, buddy.
I got you.
Appreciate you. So it seems like the game is going to begin here. Both teams should be ready to go. Yes, they are. So let's go ahead and hop into the action now. Of course, you're going to see a big battle going on for C, as about the usual split that we saw earlier. We take a look. So about, yeah, you're going to send 3 out over here. Oh, I actually send 2 out towards C. So it's going to be a 2v2 battle going on at C. Let's see who's going to win that one. But right now, if you are Batman hopping on board with Fnatic, they're going to be able to win their gun battle. And that is going to open up the doors for them to be able to make moves over by B. C has not quite been won just yet. If we zoom in now, Morte is going to get picked out. So see what's going on with Too Easy here. He's going to be spawning in the back, working toward A. And I'm wondering, why didn't they go after B there? Interesting. I think they had it open.
Fnatic were focusing a lot of the gunfire and the manpower on that C flag. However, Epsilon, they were able to just jump on that. It was actually Horic for Team Epsilon doing the work on that Charlie flag. And you are right. They managed to shut down Epsilon on the B flag. They could have just gone for that straight push. But the problem is they have both Winghaven and Unfixed. They're just putting down a lot of gunfire over at that C flag. Still actually yet to make any moves.
Yeah, Unfixed, though, was able to get a pick.
Now they're going to push for that flag.
That's right. There is going to be one player. No, actually, they both get taken out. So this is going to be the opportunity that they needed here, as that was going to be Winghaven getting the flip. So, oh no, actually, Unfixed is getting the flip. Yep, he is getting the flip on C. So let's go ahead and stick with him. Winghaven, though, he manages to pick up 1, 2, if I'm correct. And Unfixed looking around, seeing if anyone's going to push through that mid-C door.
Just taking his time, wants to play a little bit defensive there. He's going to see those blue Doritos any second now. There's going to be one just peeking around the corner. Should be able to pick up that kill relatively simple. That was on Horic. But little does he know there's going to be another 3 players around that side. Bit of a gunfight going on. Just needs to take his time, because right now Fnatic, they are in control of the game. They have both B and C. But if I'm Fnatic, I want to be trying to rotate. I want to try and grab that alpha flag and then allow Epsilon to get that B flag and just lock them down with 2 flags, because they have that 52-point lead.
I gotta say, Ben, the way that Unfixed has been playing this, he's running out of ammo, but still, he played that expertly. He held his position there. He never faltered. It was not until he ran and had to, ran out of ammo that he had to bust out the pistol and really rely on the short game. But, the way that Fnatic held that down was definitely one to be admired, but unfortunately not enough. Here's Winghaven's going to be making his way inside of the tables, and he's going to get picked off now. So let's see here. It's Unfixed. It's going to be on your screen.
Unfixed. Just taking his time again. And as you can see on the top of your screen, it's going to be Epsilon with Alpha and Charlie control. Fnatic, they're going to have to try and make some big plays, because Epsilon, they are chipping away at that 52-point lead, which Fnatic managed to generate in that first half. And right now, Unfixed just playing a little bit passively. And he's going to need to try and pick it up and go on the offense anytime soon. Yeah,
they are going to be pushing over toward A, finding that there's going to be 2 players, one inside of that back mid-tunnel and another one in the back tunnel, one by tables there. Garo's going to be there for the stop. So they have a 3-man setup on A. They are ready for them. If they try and make any kind of moves on A, they will get stopped as soon as they enter the doorway. They have all the angles covered. That's what I wanted to see out of Fnatic here.
Winghaven, he has seen Jera right at the very far side. He's got his squad spawning on. There's going to be 2 over there. The nade's going to go flying in. Managed to shut down Duke with the headshot bonus. Now he's actually going to try and push in. This could be a big play coming from the Fnatic boys. You can see them just trying to pincer Jera. Jera is going to get finally taken down. And now you can see they should be able to grab control of that A flag. And C actually still in the hands of Team Epsilon. B being taken away from Fnatic as well. So they are going to have to try and rotate around. You can see just how close this game actually is. 164 to 146. And it's still anybody's game to take.
Yeah, that's true. You have that plus 52 here, but at this level of play, honestly, it's again, this wouldn't surprise me if Epsilon's able to come back and get the W here. So I honestly, I would not be shocked right now. But anyway, taking a look here, and what's up? You wanted to point something out, Ben?
Yeah.
What was that? Core ended up dropping out yet again. And I guess, it is what it is. It's definitely something over there, man, because everyone else seems to be okay. I don't know what the situation is. Hopefully our admins can get on that and fix it. But in any case, Epsilon's going to have to make do with this small lead that they've managed to develop, as they're going to continue to hold down C and A. And there is going to be actually 3 members pushing up on A right now, as it is going to get contested. Let's see here. Jera's going to be by himself. He's going to try and see if he can hang out here, finding one player, going for the double. No, but he is going to get taken out. David 2K now on your screen. He's going to go straight for B in an attempt to flip this and continue to hold that and continue to add on to the bleed for Fnatic. But there is going to be 1 member of Fnatic behind him. He has to be careful about this one because that guy, as you can see, bottom left of the minimap there, David 2K is going to get taken out. They do manage to get the flip, though, and now they have only 1 up here for Epsilon.
Yeah, Hark's going to have to try and go big. Last man in squad just has 1 player in front of him. That's going to be Winghaven. He's shot a bit premature there. He is going to have to try and be a little bit more aggressive on Winghaven now, and he is going to get taken down. And that's what happens when you're a little bit trigger happy, as we default over to David 2K, who is top of his team right now, 7-6. He's going to get shut down. Epsilon right now, to put it simply, getting outslayed. Yeah,
they're getting all capped now. It seems like that trip is going to happen here. Duke is going to get stopped as well now, and let's see if they're going to be able to get the break with Horik taking out 1. That was going to be Valutasia. He's going to go in and try and see if he can cap B because they do not want to get trip capped right now. Looking here, it seems like Core is going to be joining the game any second now, so that's going to be good. It's going to be good for them, thankfully.
They need every bit of help they can possibly get at this point because the lead has been chipped away, and Fnatic now have managed to just assert a little bit of dominance. The score is finally back in the game, but Fnatic, they smell blood once again. They're going for that trip cap.
Yep, and taking a look here, we have Duke right inside of that mid hallway here, right by A. That A mid hallway is going to be too easy. Actually, 2 members of Fnatic over there. Duke needs to get this break. 3 members now. I don't know if Duke's going to be able to survive this one, jumping around, hopping away, and he gets out with 7 health remaining, Benson. That's insane.
That's ballsy to challenge it as well. He was just like, I'll put some pre-fire down because why not? But Epsilon, you know, they need to be working as a team now. They need to try and grab control of this Charlie flag or the Alpha flag. Valutasia is going to come out big. He's going to shut down Duke. And, you know, Epsilon, they need to try and do something a little bit different because right now they are behind. They need to switch it up a little bit. Try and put Fnatic on the back foot.
Yeah, well, they flipped here, so they ended up losing B. Now they're going to get C, but again, that bleed's still going to be happening. Nothing that Epsilon could do here unless they're able to move back packages and force a push over by A, and that could end up happening. There's going to be Valutasia there for that stop, waiting to see if anyone's going to walk through the doorway there, so he read that one immediately, knowing that if they capped it, chances are they're going to be making their way right through that back packages. But there's going to be 2 doorways for them to enter from, one by the tables and another one over by that hallway, that back hallway. So they have an opportunity here. Horik, though, is going to get taken out. Jumping over to Duke, let's see what he's going to do, as he will be also working A by himself. Lights are going to come back on here, and he needs some assistance shortly, as 2 players are going to be coming from the back over from packages. And look at the shots firing, nades all over the place, and yet he's still alive.
He's in all sorts of trouble right now. You see he's going to have to put down some shots. Pistol gets to the pistol kill. Can he get it? Oh my god! Connects, shuts down Valutasia, but does get taken down for his efforts. But that was enough, it seems, to just defend that A flag. That was fantastic play from him.
So every ticket counts at this point, Benson, because you're talking about 52 tickets for Fnatic. The second Epsilon go below 52 tickets, that is pretty much going to do it for them. So they need to fight this one out. They have about 32 tickets to work with now, as Duke is going to get stopped, and it seems like we are going to have a little flip going on over by C here, as Horik and company are going to try and defend this one to the best of their ability. There is going to be some activity going down, as Jera is going to be able to get that cap just in the nick of time to continue the bleed on this team. But just as I said that, they end up losing it. Now it's going to be up to David 2K, as he's going to be working A. He is going to have Core as well, and Core coming back has been having a pretty solid game. It's going to be 4-4. They managed to win A, and it seems like they are going to go and make a flip on C happen, or they were going to make a flip on C happen, but that's not going to be the case here. No trip cap for them, as Epsilon is going to be able to get A and B, but they are losing B, and there's going to be no one in the vicinity to make B happen. Let's jump on board with Horik, as he has to make a play go huge here, as B will be neutralized. Core and company working together. This could be the chance that Epsilon needed to win this game, but they have to get B back as soon as possible.
Yeah, they committed too many resources on trying to get that Alpha flag, and now B is neutral. Someone has hopped on it, and you know, if I'm Horik, I need to be making a play here. You know, try and support your team out a little bit. Picks up
teammates.
Picks up Winghaven, looks to his right. He's going to see someone, but does get shut down from the left-hand side. B still neutral. Epsilon hanging on to dear life at this point. Only 52 tickets that they have to go below. Soon, that's 20 tickets from now, Golden Boy, and they are going to be out of this first map.
Yeah, that's right there. Operation Locker will come to a close if that's the case. Let's see, is David 2K on your screen? The pressure is going to be on Epsilon to perform since Core came back from the crash. He's actually been doing quite solid, 6-6 right now. Duke, on the other hand, 16-15. They are going to be flipping C, and if they can manage to get a trip cap here, that would be absolutely insane. But it is all going to rest on what's going on here over at C. Horic able to find one player. It's going to be Valitasia. He's now going to look on the side here, right by the hill. He's going to find Unfix as well, taking him out, telling him, I'm going to hold down C by myself, and I will continue to do so because I want the W. And look at the way Horic is just playing this one, watching all angles by himself. He is going to have a teammate there for support. They're not losing A just yet, so they do have that. But you can tell that Epsilon, they smell blood, or Fnatic smells blood. They're going to be making their way over toward C, or over toward A. They are able to get that, and my goodness, they need to get a flip happening right now, or they need to go and contest this any second.
Feel kind of sorry for Horic there, because he did all the work defending that C flag completely by himself. 4 of his teammates not able to defend that A flag, and Fnatic, well, they are going to try and close this one out. Just 4 tickets remaining, and Epsilon needs to start focusing on trying to get those revives. 2 tickets, 1 ticket before we have it. It's a tied game right now, and that's going to do it.
That's going to do it.
That's going to be mathematically impossible, and that is going to mean Fnatic are going to take game number 1 in this best of 3.
Wow. I mean, again, it sucks that was the case there with Core. We're going to see if hopefully the admin can get on that and fix it or something.
They just need to simply swap places.
Yeah.
It's that one station all week long that's been causing a couple of issues, and I have no idea what it is.
Hopefully it just gets resolved. I mean, again, we don't want that plaguing what is, evidently a great matchup between two very talented teams. But in any case, so enough about that. Fnatic, they are going to take the W despite it all. And it was a very hard-fought battle. Horic did an amazing job in the defense over by C. He needed his team to step up on A, but it just Fnatic, they knew the second that they weren't going to win C, they're like, all right, we're investing way too many resources on C. Let's just all of us backtrack over toward A, zerg the crap out of them, flood them out, and take the W, and that's exactly what happened.
You have to say, if you're Horic, you're going to be pretty annoyed about that. He was defending that C flag all by himself. He had 4 teammates alive. All they needed to do was hold on to that A flag. That A and C combination, that's lethal. They easily could have won that game. They had a 10, 15 ticket threshold that they still had.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they just weren't able to hold on.
All right, guys, so we're going to go to game number 2 in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be commencing, and hopefully everything is good. So, of course, we're at Dreamhack Winter 2013. Make sure you guys are tuning in for the second game. We'll be right back.